Hello there, welcome to Siasat TV. It is Saturday, May 8th, 2021. I am Mohammad Zuhab in Hyderabad, where we get to you all the big news stories of the day from across India and the world. And here is our top headlines. India reports more than 4,000 deaths linked to COVID in a day for the first time and over 4 lakh daily cases for the fourth time in a week. Kerala goes under lockdown from today till 16th of May, and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu have announced a lockdown starting Monday amid surge in cases. Congress interim President Sonia Gandhi on COVID crisis says Modi government has no empathy over Indians. Sarbananda Sonowal and Himanta Biswa Sarma are in Delhi to finalize the Chief Minister of Assam. No decision yet from the party's top leadership after 2 days of discussion. WhatsApp has scrapped its May 15th deadline for accepting new controversial privacy. No account will be deleted on 15th for not accepting the policy update. United States Vice President Kamala Harris says COVID-19 surge in India is nothing short of heartbreaking, and the United States is determined to help India in its hour of need. In a span of 24 hours, Telangana logs 5,559 COVID-19 cases and 41 deaths. Government extends night curfew till 15th of May. Centre permits Telangana to use drones for delivery of COVID vaccines. Let us begin with our top story. India saw more than 4,000 deaths linked to COVID in a day for the first time and over 4 lakh daily cases for the fourth time in a week. A day after reporting the world's highest daily surge, India recorded 4.1 lakh cases today, taking the active case load to 37,23,446 in the last 24 hours. 4,187 people died, taking total deaths to 2.38 lakh.
India had been recording less than 20,000 cases in a day till early March after a dip in daily infections in January. In April, however, nearly 66 lakh cases were reported, with healthcare system buckling under the second wave. The government yesterday said a third COVID wave may not happen if strong measures are not taken.
Moving on to our next story, amid the spike in COVID-19 cases in Kerala, the P. Vijayan-led government has decided to impose a complete lockdown in the state from today till 16th of May to break the chain of transmission. The Karnataka and Tamil Nadu government has announced a 2-week total lockdown from May 10th amid a surge in COVID-19 cases.
Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in a statement said that lockdown was being enforced due to unavoidable reasons. The decision was taken based on inputs received at review meeting he had with district collectors on Friday, beside consultation with medical experts. Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa said as COVID-19 cases are surging in the state, corona curfew was not successful, so a complete lockdown will be imposed from 10th of May to 24th of May.
All right, the Congress interim President Sonia Gandhi on Friday slammed central government over the management of the current COVID situation in the country. She said India is crippled by a political leadership today that has no empathy for the people. Listen in.
It is categorically, India is crippled by a political leadership today that has no empathy for the people. The Modi government has failed the people of our country. You are all aware of the very many letters Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, former President, Congress President Rahul ji, and I have written to the Prime Minister in a spirit of constructive cooperation, giving very pointed and practical suggestions for action. I have personally been in touch with our Chief Minister. They too have spoken continuously to either the Prime Minister or ministers or the ministers concerned about the seriousness.
Let us shift our focus to Assam now, where Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal and senior BJP leader Himanta Biswa Sarma had separate meetings with party chief JP Nadda and Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi today. As suspense builds over the identity of the state's new chief minister.
Mr. Sarma, who is the health minister and the BJP's troubleshooter in the northeast, was the first to reach out to Mr. Nadda's residence. The two were joined by BJP General Secretary BL Santosh and later Amit Shah. The meeting lasted for an hour, after which he left. Sarbananda Sonowal, the current chief minister, arrived shortly afterwards. Both Mr. Sonowal and Mr. Sarma were summoned for face-to-face talks to discuss the leadership issue. Mr. Sonowal and Mr. Sarma left to Guwahati on Friday night, but on separate planes. Choosing between Sarbananda Sonowal and Himanta Sharma will be a tough choice for the BJP.
And WhatsApp has scrapped its 15th of May deadline for users to accept its controversial privacy policy update and said not accepting the terms will not lead to deletion of accounts. WhatsApp had faced severe backlash over user concerns that data was being shared with parent company Facebook.
A WhatsApp spokesperson told no accounts will be deleted on May 15 because of this update, and no one in India will lose functionality of WhatsApp either. We will follow up with the reminders to people over the next several weeks. The spokesperson added that while a majority of users who have received the new terms of service have accepted them, some people have not had the chance to do so yet.
Well, United States Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday said that the surge in coronavirus disease cases in India is nothing short of heartbreaking. Speaking at an online event organized by the U.S. State Department, Harris delivered a message of solidarity with the people of India and sent condolences to those who have lost their loved ones to the pandemic. She noted that President Joe Biden's administration took action as soon as the dire nature of the situation in India became apparent.
Have built bridges between the United States and India. And this past year, you have provided vital contributions to COVID-19 relief efforts. Thank you for your work. As many of you know, generations of my family come from India. My mother was born and raised in India, and I have family members who live in India today. The welfare of India is critically important to the United States. The surge of COVID-19 infections and deaths in India is nothing short of heartbreaking. To those of you who have lost loved ones, I send my deepest condolences. As soon as the dire nature of the situation became apparent, our administration took action. On Monday, April 26th, President Joe Biden spoke with the Prime Minister to offer our support. By Friday, April 30th, military members from the United States and civilians were delivering relief on the ground. Already, we have delivered refillable oxygen cylinders with more to come. We have delivered oxygen concentrators with more to come. We have delivered N95 masks and have more ready to send. We have delivered doses of remdesivir to treat COVID patients. Meanwhile, we have announced our full support for suspending patents on COVID-19 vaccines to help India and other nations vaccinate their people more quickly. India and the United States have the greatest number of COVID-19 cases in the world. At the beginning of the pandemic,
let us shift our focus to Telangana, where COVID cases continues to surge in state. Telangana reported 5,559 fresh COVID-19 cases and 41 deaths. The state government, which is grappling with a massive surge of COVID-19 cases and shortage of vaccine, has announced extension of night curfew till May 15th and also imposed new guidelines like banning social, political and sports gatherings.
The overall caseload of the state stands at 4.87 lakh, while the death toll stood at 2,666. Telangana has 71,308 active cases. In its latest guidance issued on Friday, the Telangana government said that the night curfew, which will begin at 9 p.m. to continue till 5 a.m., will stay in force till 15th of May.
Well, the Civil Aviation Ministry on Friday permitted the Telangana government to use drones for experimental delivery of vaccine beyond the visual line of sight.
India has been hit hard by a second wave of the novel coronavirus infections, and hospitals in several states are reeling under a severe shortage of vaccines, oxygen, drug equipment and bed. On 30th of April, the ministry had permitted the Telangana government to use drones for experimental delivery of COVID-19 vaccine within the visual line of sight. The trials may commence by the end of May.
Moving on to our international news, the World Health Organization announced Friday that it would list for emergency use a coronavirus vaccine made by Chinese firm Sinopharm.
The step means that the vaccine developed by Sinopharm with the Beijing Institute of Biological Products can be used to bolster WHO-backed efforts such as COVAX initiative to share doses equitably around the world. It is also a major boost in international recognition for Sinopharm's vaccine and for Chinese pharmaceutical research. It marks the first time that any Chinese-made vaccine received emergency authorization from the World Health Organization.
Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan has started a 3-day visit to Saudi Arabia in an effort to reset relations after tensions between the long-time allies in recent years. Mr. Khan's arrival in Riyadh on Friday after an invitation from Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman holds much significance. While Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have historically been close allies, their strong ties have suffered several setbacks.
The two countries remain important geostrategic partners, and stable relationship between Islamabad and Riyadh is expected to continue. Pointing to the importance of Mr. Khan's visit, Pakistan's Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa arrived Saudi Arabia on Tuesday ahead of the Prime Minister's arrival. While most observers expect discussions during the visit focus on economic engagement, including work opportunities for Pakistani expatriates in Saudi Arabia and Saudi investment in Pakistan, Riyadh will also try to strengthen political ties with Pakistan.
Israeli police fired rubber-coated metal bullets and stun grenades towards rock-hurling Palestinians at Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque as anger grows over the potential eviction of Palestinians from homes on land claimed by Jewish settlers in East Jerusalem.
At least 205 Palestinians and 17 officers were injured in the nighttime clashes at Islam's third holiest site and around East Jerusalem, Palestinian medics and Israeli police said, as thousands of Palestinians faced off with several hundred Israeli police in a riot gear. Violence erupted on Friday when Israeli police deployed heavily as Muslims were performing evening prayers at Al-Aqsa Mosque during the holy month of Ramadan. Video footage from the scene shows worshippers throwing chairs, shoes and rocks towards police and officers opening fire. Israeli police also closed gates leading to Al-Aqsa inside the walled old city.
Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headline. India reports more than 4,000 deaths linked to COVID in a day for the first time and over 4 lakh daily cases for the fourth time in a week. Kerala goes under lockdown from today till 16th of May, and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu have announced a lockdown starting Monday amid surge in cases. Congress interim President Sonia Gandhi on COVID crisis says Modi government has no empathy over Indians. Sarbananda Sonowal and Himanta Biswa Sarma are in Delhi to finalize the Chief Minister of Assam. No decision yet from the party's top leadership after 2 days of discussion. WhatsApp has scrapped its May 15th deadline for accepting new controversial privacy. No account will be deleted on 15th for not accepting the policy update. United States Vice President Kamala Harris says COVID-19 surge in India is nothing short of heartbreaking, and the United States is determined to help India in its hour of need. In a span of 24 hours, Telangana logs 5,559 COVID-19 cases and 41 deaths. Government extends night curfew till 15th of May. Centre permits Telangana to use drones for delivery of COVID vaccines. Well, that is the Siasat TV English news for this Saturday. Thanks for watching. I am Mohammad Zuhab. Have a great day.